Hello everybody and welcome back to Dice Check and another episode of Hobby Talk. We haven't done one of these in a while, but we are back doing some Hobby Talk, and today we're going okay. Don't do that to your model. So, today we are talking about Dameki's Tau Army. This is Dameki.
Hi.
And we also have John P.
Hey, it's me, John P.
The reason all three of us are here is because we started this journey together. So we kind of know how Dameki has been throughout this entire time going with Tau. How many times have you fought Dameki's Tau, John P?
A handful? Less than 10, more than 5.
So enough to be scarred.
Yeah, especially in 8th edition.
First off, how many points of Tau is this?
Oh, it's like 11,500 points, if not more.
You just look at the army, you just look what's on the tabletop and calculate that in your head?
Yeah, dude. No problem.
Rain Man over here.
Yeah, I'm Rain Man, dude.
Yeah.
Nah, he's battle scrap.
And then you also have stuff that's like not even opened yet.
Yeah.
Apparently there's a bunch of stuff at home that you didn't bring also.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
How much did you buy when you first started?
Oh, shit. When we first started, when we did Journey to Warhammer, I just noticed some stuff on the table. But when we started Journey to Warhammer, or I bought one Riptide and a Storm Surge. And then like I bought Fire Warriors and the XV 85, 86 commanders and battle suits. And then like I have the original Shadow Sun and like Farsight and all that. I had no idea what I was doing. I just bought a bunch of shit. Like I saw the Storm Surge and I was like, oh man, that's an expensive big ass model. Must be good. It must be good.
You didn't get any Star Collectings?
I did. I bought two of the Tau Star collections, which was really good back then. For now, especially like for the current meta, it comes with 10 Fire Warriors, 3 of the XV8 battle suits, the smaller battle suits, and then an ethereal. So it's not bad. It's pretty good. Like when we did Journey to Warhammer, I think it was like I bought one of those Start Collectings, a Riptide, a Storm Surge, some more Fire Warriors, and like I think I bought one Hammerhead.
That you never...
Oh, 2 Hammerheads. I bought 2 of them.
One that you built and then one that you haven't?
Yeah, well, 3. This one's newer. This one's newer.
Why do you
I bought
have
this
4?
one. No, this is Devilfish.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a Devilfish. These are Hammerheads. These 2 are Hammerheads.
Oh, so you have one more Hammerhead. Rule of 3.
Yeah.
Rule of 3, yeah.
Rule of 3. You can literally look at the table and say, damn, Dameki had no idea what the fuck he was doing. Because, like, it is all over the place. Especially with, like, the transition to 9th. Because when we started off in 8, like, I didn't know that Triptides was meta. Because the reason why this one's built this way is to be part of the 8. I didn't buy 3 Riptides on purpose. I kind of did it by accident.
Wasn't there a game that you played with against John P where like a plane like exploded?
Oh yeah.
And it like killed everything. It was
this
like your
one.
own plane, right? It
Yeah,
was the
it was this
Hammerhead.
one. It was that
What
one.
was this thing?
Yeah, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna take like a nice mixture of units. So I brought this Ghost Kill, I remember, this, and like a couple of like I think I brought some stealth suits and like some random ass stuff. But this thing exploded and it ended up like doing more damage to me than it even did to him.
I remember you tried to actually kill my tank.
Yeah.
And I ended up killing your transport instead. And
Yeah.
I did it to you what you're trying to do to me.
It was because it was like the start of 9th and John P was rocking
Eradicators.
Yeah. And what was the busted ass, the Impulsor?
Impulsor, yeah.
Yeah. Because the Impulsor had like a 4-up invul, right?
And it could fly.
It was busted as hell.
Yeah.
And now it's
dude.
not as busted.
I remember when I learned that Impulsors had fly. It was like during a game against John P on TTS, and we were just playing, and then he was like, all right, I'm gonna fall back. And I was like, what? And then he said, yeah, it has fly. And I was like, why the fuck does it have fly?
It's a hover tank.
It's a hover tank.
You're 40,000, dude.
Dude, this shit didn't make any sense. You know what's cool about Tau is that it's a very, it catches your eye.
Oh, yeah.
Very fast, right?
Yeah.
Like, whenever I go to an LGS, whenever there's Tau there, a lot of people always stop by the Tau table to look at them because of all the suits, the battle suits.
Battle suits are crowd pleaser.
I mean, they look cool as shit. I mean, it's just like, if I see Space Marines, I'm just like, Space Marines. But if I see Space Marines with dreadnoughts, then I'm gonna stop by the table because like,
what dreadnoughts that?
Oh, shit. Is that a Leviathan? What the hell?
Is that a Contemptor with Volkites? I'm gonna come.
Now I know that we should be asking you who's your favorite unit here, but I feel like that'd be more interesting if we first start off with John P.
Yeah.
And then to me, and then to you.
Okay.
Because you've played against Tau a lot. You kind of know what some of their stuff is. Which one is your favorite model?
My favorite model? I am a big fan, actually, of the dudes with these big guns.
Oh, the broadsides.
Yeah, the broadsides. Yeah. Because like that, it's ridiculous. Because the gun just looks way too big for it.
Oh yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
And then also right next to it, the guy.
Bobby G.
Yeah. Yeah. I also kind of like. But yeah, the railguns, and I think it's also the way you magnetize it.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like holding on like for dear
Really?
life. Yeah.
It's like no wonder they hit on force.
Yeah,
They can barely lift up
exactly.
the gun.
It's dragging in the sand. I mean, well, besides that too, they get the cool ass fucking missile arms.
As for me, my favorite one, it's gotta be this dude. I always forget his name.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the.
No, not that one. This one. This one.
This one. That's Farsight.
Yeah, Farsight. I just like Farsight. He just
Okay.
looks cool. And then the Cold Star.
Oh, the Cold Star.
Cold
Yeah.
Star is so badass, and obviously, any of the big mechs.
Yeah. I would love to run the Arvana in a list one day.
I really like. I'm not gonna lie. I like the Tiger Shark. The Tiger
the
Shark's
big-ass
cool.
Tiger Shark over there?
I like
Yeah.
planes. You know, I was in the Air Force, but I like it. It's cool. It looks cool as fuck. And then like, but that's like, and I haven't painted it yet. That's one of my favorite cool looking models. But like lore wise, I like Farsight. Farsight's my favorite model lore wise.
How did you why did you go with Tau? And
Yeah.
then like, how did that lore affect your vision of the army?
Okay, so like when I picked up Tau, I picked it up just because of the damn battle suits. Like the Riptides, the Storm Surges is all Gundam shit. So I was just like, oh, I've done Gundams, like I can do this, no problem. But when I was choosing my colors, I didn't want to do white because I had painted white in the past, and I was like, no fucking way, I'm doing white. So I was kind of like looking at through the book, the Codex. And I saw Farsight, and I was like, I like that red. That red looks dope. He's cool. He's got a sword, and he's red. All right, I'm gonna do that.
I'm going for it.
That's enough for me.
Yeah, that's enough for me. I'm gonna do that. You know, everybody's like, oh, commie space fish. Like, but Farsight, when he like broke away from the ethereals and stuff, and he started to do his own thing, that gave him more depth than what the other characters have in the universe. Besides maybe Shadow Sun. Shadow Sun's cool because she's the Winter Soldier.
Isn't there like a Tau show coming out soon?
Yeah, the Exodite.
Yeah, the Exodite.
Yeah, the Exodite. It looks like the from the trailer that they have for it, it looks like he's getting into a ghost kill.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah. Either he's getting into a ghost kill or he's getting into a stealth battle suit.
Not as cool.
Not as cool.
Not
but,
as cool.
But
Yeah.
if he gets to do a ghost kill,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Those skills are really cool too.
So who mans a fucking Riptide?
one person, one dude. Yeah.
Oh, it's just one dude
Just one
inside.
dude?
Yeah. Like he's like in here, like the cockpit.
Oh, it's like a.
Ah.
So it is Gundam.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
Gundam.
that's crazy.
Yeah, the only one that has more than one is the Storm Surge. It's got like
I didn't
a
even know there were
navigator.
people on there.
Yeah, there's
Oh my
Oh,
god.
oh my gosh.
there's like a pilot and a navigator, right?
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Crazy.
dude.
I remember a few weeks ago I asked you, I was like, I wasn't sure if the battle suits were like just sentient beings or if people just piloted them, but like the fact that there's actually a guy like in some of these makes it a lot cooler. I don't know why.
I know some of the lore for the 8 because the 8 are part of the Farsight Enclaves. I know one of them is like an AI robot. I can't remember which.
Why Gundams? Because like, I know that before you did some hobbying with like Gunpla.
So, I mean, it's very similar to 40K, right? Especially when you're doing a large model like this. The plastic's a little bit different. It's better. There's more involved. There's different ways to handle that stuff too. I did a lot more sanding on that plastic just to get it to like, I guess, retain the primer and the paint better. It's been so long since I built one. I have probably just as many Gundams now as I do Tau stuff or any of my armies, just because like every time I've gone to Korea, I've picked up more Gundam stuff, right?
When was the last time you bought a Gundam?
When was the last time I went to Korea? Last year.
How many Gundams did you buy?
4.
What'd you buy?
I bought Heavy Arms Custom because I was gonna use a Heavy Arms Custom in order to proxy a.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
I bought what they call it, like a perfect grade of Wing Zero Custom.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Okay.
I bought Death Scythe Hell Custom. The 4th was another Gundam Wing because like that's what got me into Gunpla was Gundam Wing.
Was Gundam Wing?
Yeah, Gundam Wing
that's
on
the same thing.
Tsunami.
Yeah. Did you like G Gundam? I'm sorry that we're talking about Gundam now, but like, did any of you two watch G Gundam?
Oh, yeah.
It's the one with the shining finger.
Yeah, shining fist. Yeah,
I've seen like clips of those, but I never actually watched.
Dude, G
G Gundam's good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not as good as Wing, but like it's still pretty damn good. Oh man. So back to Tao.
Yeah, back to Tao.
This is your first army. What did you learn along the way in terms of just like hobbying, painting, all that cool stuff that I guess that you carried over from Gundam to here?
Yeah, I mean, you can literally see too how it's changed. So like the main thing that even though I didn't want to do white, I still ended up doing white because when I originally started, I thought the way the Storm Surge was painted was how Farsight was supposed to be, and it wasn't. And the reason why I thought that was because at the time when I was trying to figure out what paints to buy, I went to GW's website, and if you look at Farsight, they'll tell you everything that you need to buy in order to paint them.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize the blue is that actual Tau flesh color.
Oh, so all this blue here is their flesh?
Yeah, it's supposed to be their flesh.
It's so exposed.
Yeah. Well, so like technically, so what that blue is on that strike should be black. So that should be like part of the clothing with the armor pieces on it.
So they don't wear boots?
No, they don't wear
Just,
boots.
just walk barefoot everywhere?
Yeah, they would walk barefoot. They got hooves, dude. They're like turtles.
I actually kind of like the blue highlight.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, I like it more than the white.
It
I
it
think it's-
contrasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does contrast better. I agree with that. But then I went back and I was like, you know what? I'll just go back and do white. So from like Farsight and the Storm Surge were the only two. Well, and all my strike teams, they were painted that way, and then everything else got painted red and white. As I got better at painting, my styles changed. I kind of regret doing this. I wanted to go for a dirty look, and what this is on top of this 109 is actually the Army Painter.
Army Painter Strong Tone.
Yeah.
Strong tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be very careful with Strong Tone.
It's very,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very strong.
I have like a squad of intercessors that look exactly like this.
Yeah.
just a little bit too much strong tone.
Yeah, I had a problem going crazy with washes.
Yeah.
If you haven't noticed, because like these were just pin washed, like this devilfish. So I stopped going crazy with wash, and I started just pin washing as you should with vehicles, and it looks. I personally think it looks 10 times better. Like I
Oh
like
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the shadows look a lot like better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all suffered through that. When we started, we were just like, oh, this is color in no oil. That'll fix it. It'll
Yeah.
fix the problem.
Dude, rearrange these from starting from first iteration or like first one that you painted all the way to like the most latest one when it comes to these big mech guns. That's it.
Yeah. That's it. This was first, and then like these two, then this one, and then this one.
Okay. Okay.
It looks like you could tell like here you're like experimenting with the shade, and you're just
yeah.
like, all right, we're going in. You're like, okay.
I went ham.
Yeah, and then you're like, okay, I learned my lesson.
Yeah, this one actually I went more opaque, I guess, too, with the red. Like I toned it down a lot. I didn't go as crazy with it. This was me kind of like experimenting with Kenny and Wyatt's like painting, how they do it. Still not doing it correctly, but experimenting.
Yeah, trying it out.
Trying it out, trying to figure out what to do.
Now there is a big question that I have. The fuck? How much crew do you have?
I have like almost 80 crew.
Jesus.
I had 0 when we first started because I was like, what the fuck do I need crew for? Like, what? And then 9th edition came around. I was like, crew might not be bad.
So you bought 80 crew on a whim.
Yeah.
It might not be that bad, but it's 80.
Even when we were setting up everything, John P found 2 bags unopened of Kroot
Yeah.
that was just like sitting there that you actually opened up today.
Yeah. There's like 30 Vespid that aren't here. There's a bunch of shit that I thought I grabbed everything at home and I didn't. So there's like Tetras that are missing. There's 30 Vespid. I think there's another 3-man unit of stealth battle suits. Like every single time I would make an order for something new, whether it was for like Death Guard or something else, I would go look at Tau and be like, well, maybe I need that too. Like, maybe this is what Tao's missing. Like maybe it's like I'm missing a unit. Let me just buy more. So the Devilfish were the last thing that I bought and painted because I needed those ASAP for my list.
I feel like that. When was the last time you even played Tau?
May was the last time. May of 2021 was the last time I played Tau. And it's not because like I think the army's bad. I mean,
the army is kind of bad.
I mean, they're kind of bad, but I don't want to keep cycling the same army, over and over and over again. So like, I had to focus on Death Guard because I was running Death Guard for our league, and then like also Drukhari and
your Dark Angel,
all
that stuff.
all that shit. Yeah. 8th, we could be kind of aggressive because we could fall back and shoot because we have fly, and then they took that away. So now we got to be even more cagey than we were in 8th, which then makes you suffer on primaries because you're just like, well, shit, I can't really move. So
You also have a new nemesis in 9th edition called Terrain.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's a fun army. It just feels like it's missing something.
Something we kind of grazed over when we talked about the Kroot, I guess, is like the paint scheme of some of them.
Oh, yeah.
Look at these guys. These guys are like Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that one was the one that I was most happiest about, and that was the one that I actually picked up off of eBay. I think there's like probably 10 or 15 of those guys.
Yeah.
But they are painted like the Ninja Turtles. Like their hair is either blue, purple,
Or
orange,
Yeah.
or red.
Red, yeah.
Yep.
So you got all the Ninja Turtles. The guy that did that, genius.
Genius.
So now, as I look at my Kroot, I'm like, man, I got to go back and repaint some of these so that.
You got to print an STL of a turtle shell, put it on the back.
Oh, now we're getting somewhere.
What about some cool like lore bits? Do you know any cool lore bits that you want to share with people that are thinking about getting into 40K and looking into Tau?
Like I said, everybody calls them the space communists because like their whole thing is about like for the greater good. So like that's how they've managed to progress in the 40K universe to like these giant mech suits and shit because they don't even live as long as like the humans do. I forgot what their average age is. It's like 40 years or some shit like that.
Oh, so they're like the same people in Invincible.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh yeah. Episode 2.
Apparently like 10,000 years ago, like they were just like with sticks and stones like fighting each other. And I guess like someone eventually was like, hey, why don't we stop fighting? And then let's see how we progress for the greater good. And then like their technology went rampant, and now they're like this force to be reckoned with. They don't have any psychers. So like everything that they find out about the universe is through technology, which that's pretty cool.
So it's all about technology, and you work in IT. So like it just messes with you so
It all
well.
just comes together.
Man. Yeah. Some of the big HQ like name characters for the army have their own lore, of course. So like Shadow Sun, because like they only live for so long, Shadow Sun is the last one that is like the master of Kayun, which is one of their fighting tactics. So like they put her on ice until they absolutely need her, and then they wake her up and like Winter Soldier her. So like, here, you go deal with this. Farsight, the only reason why he's still alive is because of his sword, because his sword apparently is some like Necron weapon that's like keeping him alive. The Kroot are just like the Tau saw the Kroot and they were getting their ass beat by the orcs. So they were like, hey, let's help these guys. They need help. And like they helped the Kroot out. They beat back the orcs, and then like the Kroot were like, hey, we'll work with you guys. And then the Tau were like, okay, just as long as you don't eat us, because like
they're fucking
they're carnivore.
Yeah.
They eat what they kill.
Don't they also eat like their own kind?
Yeah, they'll eat their own kind.
Oh my God, they're cannibals.
They're cannibalistic. Yeah. So
And then they poop through their mouths.
yeah, they poop through their mouths. It's nuts. Like Tau has some crazy ass lore. I know like Farsight has a lot of books. So like everything else that I've found out has either been through like wiki or whatever.
Yeah.
If you had any advice for someone that wanted to start Tau or like wants or is starting Tau, what would you give to them?
If you're gonna start Tau, pay attention to the pro list right now, because Tau is in a spot to where they can only be built in a certain handful of ways. Just take a look at lists and then try to build something that hopefully will be competitive. If you're starting, I would say look at ghost kills, look at Vespids. You're gonna need double fish, because you're gonna have some fire teams no matter what. You should definitely be running fire teams. Pick up a couple of the XV 86, 85 commanders, and then pick up Farsight and pick up Shadow Sun. They're really good. And then pick up an ethereal.
For funsies, yeah. How about like hobbying? Any advice for like people getting into hobbying? Because
well, one, buy an airbrush, because like there's a lot of big ass models. And if you got an airbrush, you're going to save yourself a shit ton of time. Make sure you got like your normal hobbying tools like an X-Acto knife and stuff, and masking tape. Because like if you're doing these big ass models and you want to section off certain things to make it easier to paint, masking tape has saved me time, especially with like models like this. I think there's stuff called like airbrush putty. That stuff's really good too.
Liquid latex.
Yeah.
liquid latex.
Drones, honest to God, just paint the top of the drones.
Yeah, don't paint the bottom.
Yeah, don't worry about the bottom. Just paint the top.
Just keep the bottom black.
Yeah, you can just keep the bottom black. I mean, it's just a gun anyways on most of them. So like, you don't have to go all out like I did on most of my drones. Just like paint the top. You'll be fine.
Do you have any cool memories when it comes to Tau?
Yeah, I mean, playing each one of y'all.
Yeah. Does anybody have good memories about Tau? Jumpy, do you have any fun memories about Tau besides the exploding part?
I just remember a lot of Overwatch. No, actually, no. Okay, so I have this really funny one, actually. When we were playing at Bricky's house, this was like the second game we've ever played before.
Yeah.
I charged you, and then you did Overwatch, and then you landed Overwatch, and then I just pulled my models because we just pulled our models because like we didn't know that we still had to do like a wound roll and everything. And then Bricky saw what we were doing. He was like, "Dude, you guys still have to wound roll and everything. What the heck?" I was like, "Oh shit. Oops. Okay."
For me, going up against Tau, I think that I remember I had a Lictor. It was my first time running a Lictor because it can stop Overwatch.
Oh yeah.
Right? He has a strat that can stop Overwatch. And I was just like, against Tau, I can do this. I have the Toxicrene and I have this Lictor. It's gonna be great. I remember that I spent the CP, I turned off your Overwatch. I then failed my charge twice with a CP reroll. And then on your turn, you just shot at him, and then he just died.
Spent 2 CP for him to just die.
Yeah, I spent 2 CP for this motherfucker to die. And that's my memory of Tau.
I think my best is when I killed Bricky's Valk and it blew up. And then I killed his other Valk and it blew up. He even CP rerolled because this is during 8th and it still blew up. He CP rerolled back into a blow up. It's a fun army. It's just that with 9th, it's not as fun.
Yeah.
I mean, look, 9th did some favors for Tau too, because like no longer now, like there's not the shenanigans of like -1 to hit.
Yeah.
You can't perma-stack
Can't stack it.
So like, they got that going for them, but at the same time, they still hit on 4s, and then even with -1 is pretty bad, especially when
then
you
you're on
have
5s. And you don't have the same amount of shots as like something like Orcs.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't matter.
And then you also got to worry about marker lights, and you got to
Yeah.
figure out how to add that mechanic into the army. Because the best thing that you could do right now, and this is what makes Farsight so good, the Enclaves, is to take the commander battle suits, the smaller ones, and make a giant blob of those, and then spend like either it's 2 or 3 CP to where they hit on 3s instead of 4s.
Yeah.
It changes their ballistic skill. So then when you do hit marker lights, they go from 3s to 2s, and then you're rerolling 1s. So
I have one more memory that I remember.
yeah.
Yeah. It was recent. And it was my Moloch
Oh yeah.
fighting against an ethereal.
The Cadre Fireblade.
Yeah. It was this giant fuck off worm fighting against your small ass Cadre Fireblade. I cheated and I gave myself even more attacks than I was supposed to, and it still didn't kill off Cadre Fire Blade.
He's just standing there.
Nothing
I'm holding
happened.
my blade the wrong way.
Nothing happened. It was the crazy dude. What a time.
That's the other thing that trips me out about this army. All these dudes have knives, but they all hit on like 5s in melee.
Yeah, because what is it called? A bonding knife?
Yeah, it's a bonding knife or bonding ritual knife.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, the knife is that when you roll a 1, you pass morale.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Or a 6, 1 or a 6. So you roll a 1 normally, you pass morale. You roll a 6, you pass morale.
That's garbage.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Journey to Warhammer. This guy.
Oh yeah, that dude. That was a bet.
Tell us about this man.
So Matt, you were playing TTS, weren't you?
Yeah.
And I made a bet with Matt while he was on TTS that if you won, you could paint one of my guys, but if you lost, I was gonna paint one of your guys.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that he would lose. That way I could paint one of his guys, and I was gonna paint it like super well for him. But he did lose. He won.
And so I just.
So
I'm the asshole.
I just love how you drew him a face.
Yeah, I know. I love it. It's amazing.
What do y'all think is cool about this army?
What do I think?
Yeah,
Nothing.
nothing. Cool.
I'm kidding. I actually really like the marker light system, and like not like what it is now, but the idea of it, where it's just like laser pointing. You shoot at this, kill
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
This thing needs to die.
Painting, like how they do in the military when
Yeah.
we paint a target
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then you bomb the shit out of it.
It just makes your army feel like really synergized. Like, all right, we're all going on this guy, like you mentioned. So
Yeah, I think that's it for today. Going over Tau and your army here. 11,500 points
Yep.
of Tau. Yeah, so that is the end of this episode of Hobby Talk. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to help support the channel, make sure that you guys head on over to patreon.com/DiceCheckYT to get some more battle reports and also some behind the scenes content. This is the end of this episode. I am Matt. This is Dameki.
Hey.
And John Pete. No! And yeah, we'll see you guys later in the next one. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.